Hello, Berclair fifth graders. I hope you guys are doing well and are staying healthy. Welcome to your first day of online learning. I'm so happy that you guys have connected with our YouTube channel and are watching this video right now. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss Millon. I teach reading with Miss Coatney. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with our lesson. So before we get started, there are a few reminders for all of you guys out there. First off is math and reading lessons are posted every Monday and Thursday. So make sure you are checking either on your phone or on your computer because we will be posting one math lesson and one reading lesson every single Monday and Thursday. And with those lessons, we expect you to do some work. Yes, we are not in school, but we are going to be expecting you to do some work. And those pieces of work, so whatever problem sets you have to do, whatever responses, whatever answers that you need to turn in, those are due on Friday. And even though you are doing these lessons and you're turning in work for these lessons, you are still expected to complete Khan Academy and iReady lessons if possible. Also, tell your friends who haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel to watch these videos because we are going to be calling you guys and making sure that everyone is accessing the work that we are posting on this YouTube channel. And for the last reminder, if you have any questions at all about reading specifically, just text me at our Google Voice number at 901-214-5638 if you ever have any questions about the work that you're going to complete on my lesson. All right. And the last reminder is that we have a competition. So our competition includes the first 3 people to submit their note catchers from today's lesson will get a shout out on next lesson. All right. And for today, you are going to need some materials in order to be successful. The first piece of material you need is you need a piece of paper. It can be lined or blank. You need a pencil. And you also need a cell phone to submit your responses. You're going to be texting me a picture of this note catcher today. So make sure you have access to a cell phone. If not, then leave a comment under our this video. So once you have that piece of paper, you are going to label your piece of paper just like I have done here. You're going to put your name, your date, and your homeroom. You're going to have a space for 2 learning targets. You're going to have a space for a do now, a space for slide 1 notes, slide 1 quiz, slide 2 notes, slide 2 quiz, and an exit ticket. So make sure once you have this piece of paper, pause the video and fill out this note catcher exactly how I've done it. Don't worry too much about the individual lines. Just make sure you have enough space under each line so you can take some notes or answer some questions. All right, and for your do now for today, so on your note catcher, you're going to be writing a few sentences for me. The first one, you are going to write 1 to 2 sentences describing how you are feeling right now, and you're also going to explain why you are feeling that way. And then for the second, or for the next couple of sentences, you're going to write 2 to 4 sentences about some things that you have been doing over the long break. So whatever you've been doing, sleeping, watching TV, playing video games, just let me know how you're feeling and how you're doing. So go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and spend like 1 minute doing your do now. All right, so our learning targets for today, what you guys are going to be learning about today, and don't forget to take notes. You are going to identify proper nouns, and you're also going to be able to use proper nouns in a sentence. So make sure you copy down these learning targets on your note catcher. So pause the video and copy those learning targets now. All right, nouns. So we have been talking about nouns all year. You've been talking about nouns probably since you were in 2nd grade, but let's just refresh ourselves on what nouns are. So nouns can be people, places, things, or ideas. So for example, an example of a person could be a woman, or we could have a specific person, as in myself, Miss Millon. Or a noun could be a place, like a city, or it could be a specific city, such as Nashville. and that's a really cool picture of Nashville. It could also be a thing. For this specific unit, when we are supposed to be talking about natural disasters, but of course we're not in school, so we're not talking about natural disasters. But a specific natural disaster would be a tornado, and there's a picture of a tornado. And then nouns can also be these things called ideas. So ideas are things that you can't really touch, you can't really point to. So ideas could be things like peace or anger or friendship or happiness. So these are things that you can't really touch, but you know that they're there. So these are examples of nouns. All right. So let's take, for example, this sentence that we have here. If I want to identify nouns in a sentence, I'm going to go ahead and read the sentence. So the sentence says, John Cooper is the mayor of Nashville. I'm going to go ahead and get my writing tool ready. John Cooper is the mayor of Nashville. Now, when I'm reading the sentence, I want to make sure that I'm looking for people, places, things, or ideas. So for this first one, it says John Cooper. Well, I know that John Cooper is someone's name, so I'm actually going to circle John Cooper. Give me 1 second. I'm going to circle John Cooper. And then I'm going to put an N for noun over John Cooper because I know that's someone's name and I know that it's the person. And I'm also going to go through the rest of my sentence to check for any other nouns. So is a verb, so I'm going to cross that one out. It is not a noun. And then the is never going to be a noun. It's not a person, place, thing, or idea. But mayor is a noun. So a mayor is a person who is kind of like in charge of the city. In politics, you would vote for a mayor and they would make decisions for your city. So I'm going to circle mayor, and then I'm going to put an N over mayor. And then of is also not a person, place, thing, or idea. So I'm going to cross that one out. And then Nashville. Nashville is a place. So I'm going to circle Nashville, and then I'm going to put an N over Nashville. All right, so that is how we find nouns in a sentence. So let's go ahead and look at another sentence. It says, the tornadoes were caused by severe storms. All right, so like we said before, the is never going to be a noun. It's not a person, place, thing, or idea. We'll talk about what the is a little bit later, but the is not a noun. But tornadoes, like we mentioned earlier, tornadoes are a noun because it's an example of a thing. So I'm going to circle that and put an N over it. Were caused is actually a verb. I'm going to cross that one out. By, of course, is not a noun. And then we actually have two more words left. We have severe and storms. Now, I know that storms is a noun, but severe is actually not going to be a noun because severe is describing what the storm is like. So it's just a word that's describing our noun. So it's actually not a noun at all. So that is how you find nouns in a sentence. So let's move on to our next topic. Here's your quiz for today. Make sure you pause the video and answer the question on your note catcher. The question is, which of these words are nouns? Destroy, tornado, Tennessee, or crash? And make sure when you're answering your question, you spell out your answer on your note catcher and don't just put number one, number two. So now that we know a little bit about nouns, we are going to talk about proper nouns. So there are two important things that you need to know about proper nouns. The first thing is that proper nouns are nouns that are specific. And the second thing is proper nouns are always capitalized. And for those of you who do not remember, capitalized means that you are making a letter into uppercase. So this is an example of a capital letter, and this is an example of a lowercase letter. So let's take a look at what some proper nouns can be. So the way that I did this is I separated them into two categories. So we have common nouns. So common nouns are just regular nouns. And then we actually have our proper nouns, which are specific nouns. So let's take one common noun, a woman. So a woman is very general. You could be talking about any type of woman. You can be talking about me or Miss Coatney, Miss Darling, or Miss Beard. But if I wanted to talk about a specific woman, such as myself, my first name is Morgan, my last name is Millon, my name would be a proper noun because it is specific. And because it's a proper noun, I'm going to capitalize my first and my last name. Let's look at another example. So we have a city. So there's tons and tons of cities in the United States. But if I want to talk about a specific city, such as Nashville, that would be a proper noun because it is specific. And I would capitalize Nashville because it is a proper noun. What about video games? So video games, there could be tons and tons of types of video games. There could be NBA 2K, there could be Call of Duty or Fortnite, but I want to talk about a specific noun. So I'm going to say Fortnite. Fortnite is a specific noun, so it is a proper noun, so I'm going to capitalize that proper noun. In my last example, we're going to be talking about, that actually says month. Well, there are 12 months in our year. If I want to talk about a specific month, it would be a proper noun. So the month that we're in right now is April. So I'm going to capitalize April because it is a proper noun. It's specific. It's a specific month. All right. Let's go ahead and look. How do we find these in our sentences? So let's look at this sentence. And I'm going to pull up my writing tool. It says, Ronald Baldwin and Harry Nahey live in East Nashville. So when I'm thinking about finding proper nouns, I'm going to be thinking about first, we're going to find the nouns. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and circle my nouns. And remember, nouns are people, places, things, or ideas. So Ronald Baldwin, that's actually someone's name, so I'm going to circle that. And then Harry Nahey, you can't really see it over here, but Harry Nahey is someone's name. And then live. So live is an action, so it's actually going to be a verb, so that's not a noun. In is not a noun either. And then East Nashville is actually a place. I'm going to go ahead and circle that because I have a noun. And now I need to decide, are these common nouns? Are they just regular general nouns? Are they proper nouns, or are they specific? So Ronald Baldwin, I'm assuming that he's a name. Ronald's a man's name, but it's specific because we're talking about a specific person. So I'm going to assume that this is a proper noun. So I'm going to go ahead and capitalize this, his first name, so that should be a capital R, and his last name, Baldwin, so that should be a capital B. Let's go over to our next noun here. Like Ronald Baldwin, Harry Nahey is a specific person, so we're also going to consider that a proper noun. So I'm going to X out my lowercase h and put an uppercase capitalized H, and then this should be an N over here, and I'm going to capitalize that N. And then we also decided that East Nashville was a place. It's a noun, but it's also a specific place. So East, I'm going to capitalize my E. And then Nashville, I'm going to capitalize my N. And now we have capitalized. And of course, you can't see it because my writing tool isn't working very well. But we have three proper nouns: Ronald Baldwin, Harry Nahey, and East Nashville. All right, it is time for your next quiz. On your note catcher, answer this question: which nouns are proper nouns? And I actually want you to explain how you know that they are proper nouns. So is it Nashville, Storm, Miss Coatney, or people? And when you have finished this, go ahead and move on to the next slide. All right. And before we end today, let's just review what we talked about today. So we were talking about nouns today. We have common nouns, which are person, which could be people, places, things, or ideas. And then we also have proper nouns, which are the specific versions of those people, places, things, or ideas. So they're giving you two examples. So we have our common noun example, so it could be city, but a specific city would be New York. It could be a girl, the specific girl is Kate. A teacher is a common noun because there could be many teachers, but the specific teacher is Miss Smith. So make sure that you understand the difference between common and proper nouns. Review this slide, pause the video if you need to, because the next slide is going to be your exit ticket. All right, and for your exit ticket today, on your note catcher, you're going to capitalize the proper nouns from each sentence below. For example, if I have this sentence that says, Miss Millon teaches in Memphis, I know that Miss Millon is a specific teacher, so I'm going to cross out the lowercase and I'm going to add an uppercase M to Miss Millon because she is a teacher. That's a person's name. Teaches is an action, so that's going to be a verb. It is not a noun. In is also not a noun. It's not a person, placing, or idea. But Memphis is a place, but it's also a specific place. So I know that that's going to be a proper noun. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit it out and capitalize it. So that's your first question. In your second question, you are going to write two sentences using at least one proper noun in each sentence. So remember, when you write sentences, you start with a capital letter and then you also end with a period. So when I'm grading your work today, I'm going to be expecting that you start with a capital letter, you include at least one proper noun, and you end with a period. Once you have completed your exit ticket question, you are going to take a picture of that note catcher, either with your phone. If you don't have a phone, ask your parents to take a picture of your entire note catcher, and then you are going to send it to me at my Google Voice number, which is 901-214-5638. Of course, if you have any questions, please text me at this number and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much and have a good rest of your day.